Wait, so let me get this straight. You guys thought I wasn't gonna upload episode 2? I guess you were wrong. Jokes aside, guys, thank you so much for the support on the last video. Absolutely insane. We got so many freaking interactions, so many likes, so many comments. We'll go through them today. But the purpose of this video is simple. Is entrepreneurship that freaking awesome as social media portrays it to be? Or is it a little bit too romanticized, right? Let's figure that out. Let's be real. I'll be as authentic as possible. Tell you guys the truth. Cut the bullshit. Let's jump straight into the video. Enjoy.
Get the beast unleashed. Whole click dope with the east side breed. Everybody wanna when I reach my peak. Cause the bars and the hooks and the beats by me. Say more y'all hate than how do we write. If this wrong, I don't wanna be right. Pits in the booth and I gotta mean bite. Now the money looking like I hit the lottery twice. Ain't nobody got time for that. The young white boy coming with the violent raps. And now I got him wide out like a somniac. So when the bass drops, sounding like a bomb direct. So watch your back. But the kids been next. All up in the game, gonna disinfect. Whack motherfuckers showing disrespect to the OGs. Bitches, I'ma twist your neck. Might flip my shit.
Our boy Smith Howie asks, how long does it take from a seed to the product? Time lapse of that stuff would be pretty cool. Well, that's a really good question. So obviously it varies from a crop to the other. So some crops obviously have a very long duration until they are actually edible, right? So for example, basil and coriander are two crops that have the longest cycle, about 17 days. So until you actually plant the seed, until you actually receive the edible product, it takes a goddamn long time, almost 3 weeks. So that's why it's very difficult to have them standing on your shelf simply because they take a lot of your space for multiple weeks and you're not able to easily sell them because it takes a long time. So the turnover ratio is pretty low. That means we would prefer crops that are actually a lot faster. Something like radish that actually takes only 7 days to grow until it reaches maturity and we're able to consume it after 7 days, which is insane when you think about it. It's 3 times less lengthy of a process growing radishes than it is to grow, for example, basil. So this is why we would rather have only radishes, simply because we could easily sell it every single week and not have to worry about them taking space on our shelves. As simple as that. This is one of the reasons I guess it's really difficult to like kind of keep track of everything. But I feel like it's a process. It takes quite a bit of time for you to organize and kind of understand the growth cycles. But once you get it, it's pretty smooth sailing from there. This is take 2, by the way, because for some reason, Mr. Gabriel forgot to open the microphone while recording.
This is my fault.
Yeah,
but
full accountability. Look at that. Look at this big boy right here. I mean, we're gonna have to bring this upstairs 1 floor. Yeah. It's probably gonna take us like about an hour and a half or something, because we have 2 pellets, right? We have the fertilizer that we use here, all organic. This is, just to let you know, I'm 6 feet tall. So as you see, this is, no, I'm probably not 6 feet. I'm like 5'10", okay? Same thing.
I'm gonna use this.
Yeah.
Mike's
I'm gonna use it with my with the guns. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna use the guns.
I don't use the guns. I use the tools.
Yeah, the tools. That's smart. You gotta be smart in life. Be like Gab, okay? Don't be like me, okay? You're gonna break your back. So it's pretty high. So let's get to it. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys what it looked like up here. So we pretty much have 2 pallets that we're bringing upstairs. First one is pretty much done. I mean done, there's still a few downstairs because we already had a few before we start stacking them. So second pallet will most likely go right here. The thing is, we're kind of low on space, if I'm being completely honest. We're probably not going to be able to fit all of this, so we're gonna have to find another alternative. I don't know where we can really put the extra bags of dirt. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, not looking too good. So that was that. I was sweating quite a bit, by the way, as you've probably noticed. I mean, those are among the tasks we have to do every day. Some of them are not so fun, are very labor intensive, but you know, it is part of the job. Sunil Patil and Akira both ask a quite similar question. So I'm going to be answering both questions at the same time. Essentially, how do you manage to get customers? I love that question. I actually love that question because it's all fun and games whenever you're like, okay, let's build a business, but how do we get clients? We have microgreens, we have a product, but how do we get it in front of the client? How am I able to convince this customer? So like these hotel chains, these restaurants, or even the end consumer, it could be like a random person like me and you, right? How do we get them to consume our product? Our best approach, this is my biggest tip for anyone trying to sell anything online or, or directly to a consumer, the best way is to make them taste, right? I feel like that's such a fundamental trick where you literally give people free products, no engagement, and they simply try it out. If they enjoy it, they consume it. You bring it even one more time just for them to test it out, see if it fits with their cuisine or whatever. And once you've built a relationship with that person, right? Once you've developed those fundamentals with your end consumer, you can then ask for something in return. And that's pretty much what we've been doing for so long. I feel like that's I don't know if you guys know Gary Vaynerchuk, but he does kind of say that in his book. Essentially provide as much value as possible to the, end consumer. And once you've provided enough value, you then ask for something else. Yeah, so this was a kind of messy video. I'm not gonna lie. We're kind of all over the place, but at the end of the day, it's kind of difficult to fit in pretty much everything that I kind of want to say. But either way, let's talk about the truth about running this business. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, it is quite labor intensive. So if you're running a microgreen business, you definitely do have to expect to be pretty much at work every single freaking day because there's micro daily tasks that you have to accomplish, like seeding, right? You have to water the plants daily, make sure that they're pretty much well taken care of, and there's always going to be little issues that you have to be dealing with. Like for example, there's going to be a little bit of mold. So how do you deal with that? There's also going to be some seeds that don't even germinate. So you have pretty much problems with your inventory. So at the end of the day, there's small issues that you always have to deal with. Why is the sun suddenly absolutely destroying me right now? Jesus Christ, son, relax. What is wrong? Relax. For the people that haven't noticed, I changed my setup. So I'll be completely transparent with you guys. With a lot of labor intensive work that we're doing constantly and just taking care of so many aspects of the business, it's hard to kind of keep your mental health in check because you're pretty much always thinking about the business because that's all there is at least in my life at the moment, and Gab's life, my partner. We're pretty much only focused on the business. I'm also doing a little bit of YouTube on the side, but I mean, at this point, it's our business is our life. So the slight little inaccuracy in the business, we're always gonna think about that. I'm a little bit perfectionist, but you kind of have to think about small little details in a business. Are we doing things correct? And how is that affecting our business that we're lacking a specific department? And that, the mouse wheel keeps rolling. And there's literally never a point where I can satisfy my own standards, which are for some reason so high. I don't know why, because it's so difficult to attain those standards that I've pretty much placed on myself, which makes absolutely no sense. Another big truth is the amount of times we've got rejected by clients is absurd. It's crazy to think about. Also, speaking of rejection, we've also lost a lot of clients. Throughout the business, we have we mentioned at the previous videos, we have about 50 clients, but technically we probably have we have had over 100 clients, but half of them just either leave or are not satisfied with your service and all that stuff. So it's kind of difficult to retain those clients, as that's another aspect of the business that you kind of have to always work on. But yeah, that's besides the fact of just getting rejected by potential clients is just absolutely brutal. Yeah, I mean, getting rejected is hard, man. I don't know. It's no one really wants to get rejected, right? Something else to talk about is definitely the organization of the business. When you think about it, there's quite a few cycles we have to think about, and it gets complicated because there's so many different seeds with so many different technology, I guess you could say, with a different story and a different growth process that you have to cater your whole growing system, right, to all those different seeds. So it gets kind of complicated when you overlap all of those different growth cycles. But at the end of the day, like I mentioned before, it all boils down to experience. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. The reason why I want to keep it short and sweet is literally because I'm going on a trip. I'm leaving hopefully I'm leaving Saturday, the 24th. So I don't know when this is going to be uploaded, but I hope this video is uploaded before that, because I promised myself that I would edit this video and pretty much upload it before the 24th. I mean, episode 2. Let me know what you guys thought of episode 2. What do you guys want to see in the future? Would love to get more comments. If I didn't answer your comment, I will try to do that in the next video. I apologize once again. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to like the video if you are enjoying the series as of yet. Yeah, just give me some constructive criticism because it's a little bit all over the place at the moment. But yeah, I'm trying my best, guys. I'm literally trying my best. So anyways, guys, have a good rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys in episode 3. Hope you guys are excited about the few next projects. So yeah, wait, before we go, I kind of wanted to say what we're pretty much working on at the moment, which I feel like is kind of important. We're working on actually hiring people at the moment, which is a really big task because the business was obviously family oriented for the big majority of it. But yeah, we definitely need other people like to kind of help us out because at some point, realizing that you need help is a big it's a big realization, but it's very important also. Another cool project I feel like is we're changing our AC system, which is a massive expense, but we definitely do need to get rid of that AC. It is not up to standard apparently, so we have to change it to a newer modern system. So that's a big kind of commitment, big expense, which we're gonna have to deal with. But yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated on those pretty much those projects. So anyways,
Bye! Bye!
You read that?